Hello, how are you? I hope you're having a fantastic day today. Today, if you are jumping on and joining me live, welcome, good morning. I am so excited you're here. Today's video is a topic that is so near and dear to my heart. I titled today, Why I Teach My Daughter to Challenge Me. If y'all are new to me, hi, welcome. My name is Rachel. I've been a tutor for over 12 years. I'm an academic mentor. I work with teens and preteens and students, and I'm a mom of two. That's right, I have my own daughter, one son, and they drive me crazy, right? I love them so dearly. And I titled this, Why I Teach My Daughter to Challenge Me. But if you'll have a kiddo just like mine, you probably know that I don't have to teach my kids to challenge me, right? They kind of just learn that all on their own. But here's what I wanted to talk about today. Oh, I forgot my Blessed Mama shirt, if y'all can see. It says, Blessed Mama. That's how I was feeling today. Such an amazing day, great weather. So I'm so excited for the day. So the reason I'm saying why I teach my daughter to challenge me is because in the instances that she does, I realize how important this personality type, how important it is and how far it will take her in life. So as y'all know, I love working one-on-one with students. So of course I'm going to be working one-on-one with my own kid. My daughter, I homeschool her preschool right now. And so just a little bit ago, we were working over one letter. I think the letter was J. And so we're going over this letter, and I say, Can you tell me all of the words that start with the letter J? And she goes, Yeah, Mommy, I got this. And she starts listing off jaguar, jellyfish, jelly bean, January, Jesus, and kangaroo. I thought that was just the cutest thing. I said, No, baby, kangaroo doesn't start with J, kangaroo starts with a K. And she goes, No, Mommy, kangaroo starts with J. And so it was in that moment I realized, wow, this kid has what it takes to to really have that personality type and take it far in life, take her far in life. And so what do I mean by that? As an academic mentor, so many times I teach students to challenge their teachers in a respectful way. There is a way to challenge teachers in their own learning. And so I teach this all the time with students when I call it self-advocacy. There's no better person to be a self-advocate for your child than your child, right? So that's why I work with students and I tell students, like, look, if you don't let teachers walk all over you. If you need to take charge of your own learning so that, how am I trying to say this? I'm getting tripped up in my words. I teach students to be their own self-advocates. I think that is absolutely so important because so many times I see when teachers may make a mistake in their grades or in their schooling or in their teaching or in your child's learning, their mistake ends up on your child's grades. And so that is absolutely not what we want. And so I teach students to be their own self-advocates. And so what does that look like? For me personally, I did this when I was in high school. I was my own self-advocate. I spoke up when I believed a teacher to be wrong in any instance. If I thought they were wrong, I would speak up. And those instances ended in two ways. One, the teacher may have actually been wrong, and then they were able to correct themselves, which benefited my learning. It benefited me. Or two, I was actually wrong, and then the teacher was able to see, wow, this student has a desire to learn and is speaking up on behalf of their learning. And so let me teach the student the right way to do it. So one of two things happened. Either one, I was right, or 2, I was wrong, and I learned from it. The teacher would take me aside and teach me extra, saying this was the wrong way to do it. You actually need to do it this way. And so it's a win-win situation whenever your child speaks up for themselves. That's the emphasis I want to emphasize today. That is the whole goal and point of that I'm emphasizing today. I actually have a story of one time I was taking algebra in 7th or 8th grade. And at that point, I was totally okay with speaking up for myself. But if you all know, that age is not super good at the whole respectful side. So when I retell this story, I probably didn't do it as respectful as I teach now. Now I teach students you can approach being your own self-advocacy, your own self-advocate with respect. So this story, I was taking algebra, and I don't mean to toot my own horn, but math was my strong suit. I did really well at math. I started tutoring teens. I was maybe in 9th grade when I started tutoring the 11th graders in math. And that's when I first dipped my toe into tutoring and realized, wow, feels awesome. I love it. So when I was really good at math, and this teacher said, this is how we do the problem, and this is the answer, and that wasn't the answer I got. So I went up to the teacher and I said, look, I did it this way, and I believe that you did it wrong. I think that you should have done it this way. And so me and the teacher worked after class. We worked back and forth. And for over 30 minutes, we were still arguing about this one problem. For 30 minutes, we still could not agree. I was telling her, look, you're not doing it the right way. This is the way you taught us to do it. And she was trying to do it a different way. And I'm like, you're not making sense. And so after 30 minutes, she got so frustrated with me. She looked at me and she screamed, Rachel, what do you want? I mean, it was a teacher just screaming in my face. And I was so shocked. I kind of just stared at her. I was like, I want an A on this test or this quiz, whatever it was. And she goes, done. She writes 100% across the top and red pen checks it off and hands it back to me and says, have a nice day. I go, okay. I got what I wanted. I got what I needed for my grade. I still learned. I still did amazing in that class. And so that is why I teach students to be their own self-advocates. That's why I teach my daughter. If she believes that someone is wrong in teaching them in whatever the educators say to do or how to do it or what they're learning, speak up. It's okay to challenge me or her future teachers or your child's future teachers. It's okay to speak up on behalf of your own learning. Teachers should not and will not think that just by speaking up that it's disrespectful. As long as our kids are focused on, hey, look, I believe you're doing it wrong. I want to learn. Can you please help me? If that is the sentiment that they're keeping, then your child will be their own self-advocates. So many students that I work with, they kind of just, if something's wrong, they sit back and they think, well, mom will just take care of it. Dad will talk to the teacher. I'm just going to go home and tell mom or tell dad about it so that they can email the teacher about it. And look, I know so often that when parents get involved, this whole emailing back and forth thing, a week can go by and we haven't gotten a real answer from teachers, right? And so that is why I think it is so important for a child to be the first step in their own self-advocacy. If they see something, then they need to be the first line of defense in speaking up for their grades. I don't believe that our kids should sit back and either let it slide. So many students will just let it slide, like, oh, the teacher marked me, a C when I should have had a B. Okay, I'm not going to say anything right now. No, absolutely your child should say something. They should speak up immediately. Don't let that grade slide. I'm so passionate about this, guys. Self-advocacy is so important. And here's the thing that I love the most. I love teaching it to your kiddos, but also I don't see anyone else out there teaching this. So many times people that teach what I teach online, the people that teach study skills, they're other educators, right? Other teachers are teaching study skills to your kids. So they're not going to be the ones to say, hey, speak up and talk back to, challenge your teachers. They're not going to be the ones to say that. They're going to be the ones to say, be nice to your teachers. They work hard at what they do. Teachers make mistakes. Look, that's all fine and good, but I am a student advocate first. I am going to teach you what your kids need regardless of how the teachers feel about it. So thank you so much for sticking around and sticking with me through this. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them for me and I will answer them immediately and get back to you. I hope you all have a fantastic day today. Take care. Bye, y'all.